Hello compatriots, and welcome to the Tributron Files vlog number 6. And today we're going to be talking about why the heck is the video quality bad, and also about the previous video that went up yesterday, which was my self-mock, the 2.0 version. And so without further ado, let me just cut right to the chase. So in the last video that I did, people were really liked my self-mock that I did, at least the 2.0 version. So I officially decided to go ahead and make something just like my self-mock for LEGO ideas. Yes, that's right. So I'll be making a Tributron 3.0. So the core basis of that self-mock was to integrate all the functions that I have made into one figure while that figure is still looking good. And the thing is that ever since the 1.0 version that I've made, I have been making more functions ever since then, and improving functions for that matter. Like the waist design is now a whole lot more improved, as seen in Toa Mata Kopaka. You know, and it not being so cluttery in the chest and stuff like that, very, you know, simplified and stuff like that, you know. And I've also made the throwing arm function, you know, the throw spears, the walking function, yep, and a few other functions along the way, including figures that can transform by themselves. And I have to admit, those are pretty impressive as is. Now, so the thing about the 3.0 version is I'm going to be combining all the functions that I have made into one figure. Now, something like that will take time, especially something that will transform by itself. You're probably wondering, what would a Bionicle that's ice-themed ever turn into? I don't know. Actually, yes, I got an idea what it can transform into. But yeah, also another thing as well is I'll be integrating all the functions into it. Now, the reasoning why I build my mocks the way I do, basically like simplistic in design yet focusing heavily on function, is because that's what Bionicle started with. That was the whole main theme of it. A matter of fact, previous concept models that the LEGO company has made, like Voodoo Heads or Do Heads, whatever you want to call them, they had like even crazier functions, like toe-sized characters that can punch. You also had like a figure that can walk by itself with a motor and battery pack in the back and a spinning chain, you know, and running as it walked around, you know. They had it all, you know, and that's basically like my thing with building, because that's where Bionicle gets its gribbliness. It's not like the details, because if you look, I know things change over time. Like, do realize that, since I always keep focusing on 2001. But for the sake of the argument, let's look at 2004. So 2004. You still had like simplistic body designs. I mean, even though it was monotone color, think of the Toa Metru. They were covered up, you know, it didn't expose hardly any function, but there was still functionality in there, and you could still see the gears in the chest and stuff like that, giving it like that mechanical feel. And plus, with the color palette, you know, choosing which sections of that figure will have like a different type of color, like legs especially, it had the gray, you know, as well as the hands, you know, giving that mechanical vibe. And that's basically what I do with my mocks. I try to basically come up with a function, cover it up, and make it work with the visual appearance of the figure due to the function. And I know people may not agree upon that kind of like designing process, but that's what I did, you know, it's own personal way of designing. Because if you have just a simple base design with the function in it without it like being too obtrusive, you know, you can still see the overall appearance of the figure. You know, if it's too cluttery, if a mock is too cluttery, it's kind of hard to see what exactly that figure is trying to be, or what parts of that mock is what exactly. You know, it's hard to distinguish like certain aspects of a mock when you just basically focus on like, let's cram all these details in here and this and that and this and that. You know, it's too busy. Now there are ways to like add a lot of detail while still looking visually pleasing. Like for Gunpla models, for example, you have like there's like pistons and stuff like that. You know, it's all gribbly. You even got tubes and all sorts of stuff like in the frame of that Gundam model, but the shelling of it conceals most of it, so you still have a visual, a pleasing look of the overall figure without it being too gribbly and trying to figure out what exactly it may be. But that's just my own personal opinion, you know, and there are some people that are really good at making mocks. I mean, really good. Some of them are probably better than me when it comes to visual appearance. You know, me, I'm just a guy that makes functions and stuff like that. I think I'm like there are a few other people that do functions in their box, especially Brickworks, I think it was. Yeah, like Brickworks, even though he does kinetic sculpture, so it's not really bionicle, but yeah, there's hardly that many people that in this community that makes function-related stuff. But yeah, that's basically the whole premise of my self-mock, is trying to integrate the functions while working with the overall appearance of that figure without it looking too cluttery, too busy, and stuff like that. And you know, you guys can use like that advice for your own creations. You know, you don't have to put a function in it. I'm not saying that, but if you make something that like emotes for something that could happen, like imitate clockwork inside the internal frame of your Bionicle, but cover it up, you know, with pieces in one or two colors. You know, once you have like a neutral color underneath it, so that it gives it that whoa factor. You know, that's something you guys can do. Now, about the video quality. The video quality, hold on, give me a sec. Now the video quality is that the reason why the video quality is bad, because you see, my phone doesn't have that much storage on it. I used to use my phone to record most of the stuff. And what you're seeing through now is a camera, an actual camera. And this camera is old. It's from like, I would probably say it's 6 or 7 years old. I haven't like updated or got a new camera since. So yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, so because I used to use my phone, there's only so much storage on it. So when I go ahead and record, I can't necessarily record a whole bunch of videos at once, which is why you kept seeing the video like once a week and stuff like that. So in order to keep like more videos coming in, I had to use a different system, which is why I'm using the camera now. It wouldn't be my first choice, trust me. It wasn't my first choice, but you know, ever since YouTube changed their system, you know, I've been trying to work in a deadline, trying to get ourselves up to 1,000 subscribers. Yes, I know, but you know, I'm trying to get like as high as a I'm trying to get as high as of viewer retention as possible. So I'm trying to get up there in the views, and on top of that, trying to get at least up to 1,000 subscribers. So I'm trying to do better with my content. Yes, the quality of the videos had to go down for better quality content. The reason why I did the quotation marks is because it's still lower quality of video feed. Not my first choice, but hey, what you gonna do? But yeah, that's all I really had to cover for this vlog. So I expect to see a new Tributron coming out. It's not going to be Bionicle. I'm probably going to be using a lot of CCBS and other stuff, but it's going to be bigger. It's going to be a bigger mock. I mean, Tributron is already big. I don't think I did any size comparisons in the video that I did, but he's tall. He's already tall as it is. So he's going to become a Titan, not a Toa, if you guys actually decide to get him. So, what I mean by Titan, imagine him being as tall as Umarak the Destroyer, kind of tall. If you guys want to put it that way, like Umarak the Destroyer, kind of tall. Yeah, let's just go with that. Umarak the Destroyer tall. There we go. Yeah, he's going to be bigger, so I'm not so sure if I should put him in Toa class, even though I really want him to be a Toa, but with all the functions that this guy is going to be having, oh boy, it's going to be fun. It's torture for me. Oh joy. And yes, I can drink out of this mask. Were you guys just all just watching this video just to see me drink a glass? Probably. Anyways, that's about it for this video, so I will all see you in the next video, my fellow compatriots. So cheers to you guys for helping me get as far as I did, and hopefully further beyond. So wish you all luck.